okay. I am not used to this whole Facebook Live thing. I've tried to press play or start the live several times, and true to form, it did not do what I wanted it to do. But here we are. I finally got it. So, for those of you who are here right now, thank you for showing up and being live with me. I really appreciate it. My name is Ryan Tyler. I have been practicing yoga since 2001, and I've been practicing teaching since 2018. I've hosted a yoga retreat in Roatan, Honduras in 2020. That sounds weird, 2020 and 2020, where we explored ocean healing and scuba diving, because I'm also a scuba instructor. And when I became a mom, I decided that I would pursue yoga and teaching yoga more consistently, just out of the necessity to pivot my business, and also to give myself the flexibility that I wanted to have with bringing up my first child. And now I'm expecting my second baby. And my baby bump is not that big, but I'm proud of her. So, anyway, yes. Now I'm just continuing on with having my business be my yoga practice and sharing yoga, the joy of yoga that I've found over the years. I guess over 20 years of practicing, and sharing the tools that I've picked up over the years. So I'm here to do that with you all. And I also want to meet some folks who look like me and are interested in yoga and want to practice. So we can practice together. I will be starting in June, which is in a few days, opening up for my last cohort, we'll call it, of clients, my last batch of clients before the baby comes. So I'll be taking on private yoga classes online for the last time before the baby comes, before my postpartum period. But I wanted to kind of get the word out to more folks who might want that personalized attention. Whether you are a seasoned yoga person, or you are new to yoga, or whatever the case may be. And just so you know, the package that I am offering is a 3-class private yoga package. So basically you're getting private yoga with me for $65 a class, rather than the $95 that I normally charge when you purchase it as the 3-class bundle for $195. Correct my math if I'm wrong, but I'm giving y'all $30 off if you choose to book with me. Now, let's get to the juicy. So, with yoga, you always want to make sure that you are practicing on a flat, level surface, if possible. And if not, you just want to be careful. I personally prefer, if I have to be on an incline, that my head is facing the highest point, facing the direction of the highest point. But if you can get a level surface to practice on, that's probably going to be the best way to, it'll feel the best, I think, personally. So, depending on where you are, if you're in a place like where I am that has wooden floors, you can get a yoga mat. I got this one. This is one of my class sets. I got this one from Five Below. It was $5. You can, and it's pretty soft. You can go the extra mile and get a better quality yoga mat that's more expensive. There's plenty of yoga mats out on the market. If you have any questions about yoga mats, we can you can put them in the chat comments. I'll be happy to answer them. I've worked on cork mats and biodegradable mats and all the things. So if you have questions about getting new mats, please let me know. I will be happy to answer them. You can also do like a rug. I have been doing the rug thing lately. And there are some rugs that are specific to yoga for use indoors that have like the little, they have like little grips, like how, you know, when you have the socks, you have like the socks with the grips like this. I also have these, but the rugs that have the grips on the bottom, you can get so your rug doesn't slip. So when I'm normally I'm practicing outside, so the rug is just fine. But when I'm inside, what I'll do is I lay this mat out like this on the wood floor, and then I'll put my little rug on top. And that keeps it from slipping and sliding. If I'm sliding, it's a party. And then the other thing that you might want to use for this practice is a yoga block. I have like 3 more in the house somewhere, but my toddler she likes these. She likes to stand on them. She likes to sit on them. And this particular one, also from Five Below, is soft. They have hardwood ones that you can get online, but Five Below has all the things. Highly recommend, especially if you're just getting started. Okay, so now let's talk about Malasana, the deep squat. There are a multitude of ways that you can get into the deep squat. If you saw if you saw the live that I did yesterday, you will notice that I went from a seated position to a squatted position. Deep squat is in my personal practice. So if you squat a lot, you will likely have that kind of mobility. But if this is new to you, then you may want to take it a little slower, dial it back a little bit, and utilize something that will help you maintain balance. Now, we're gonna go from a standing position into the deep squat, just so you can kind of understand the foundations. But I kind of want to talk about what it's good for. So, with the deep squat, you're going to be stretching this area here, your lower back, right, and your hip flexors, okay, and you'll be opening the pelvis. And this is a great position to be in to practice strengthening your pelvic floor when you're in the deep squat, okay? So from the standing position, you want to, we'll just get started. We'll stand a little wider than our hips width apart, and then a little wider than that, right? So if it feels like, if you're here, just go hip width apart, and and then step further than that. Usually, if you're on a yoga mat, your feet are actually going to be on the outer, just on the outer corners of the mat. And if you need more space, you can always adjust. From here, you're going to take your toes and they're going to kind of just look down at your feet. You'll see you'll start to make like a V shape with your feet, your big toe to your heels. Your heels are going to be more inward and your toes are going to be outward. And you can adjust as you need as we go down. As we lower down, you'll see if you need to widen your stance or if you need to angle your feet a little bit more. You can also do this up against a wall if you're worried about stability. So with your back up against the wall, like so, you can do it like that, but you don't want to be leaning on it. You want to just have it behind you for stability, okay? Should you need that. Okay, and then if you have a block or a stool or something like that, you can use that as well for stability. So without further ado, we have our legs wider than hip width apart, okay? And we have our toes pointed outward and our heels pointed inward, creating a V shape. You're going to take your knees and soften the knees here. And then you're going to lift the toes and spread the toes and put them down into your mat or the earth, wherever you are. Okay? And then you're going to take some of that tension that might be in your arms and your shoulders and your hips and legs, and you're just going to wiggle it out. We're going to be loose here. You're going to take your shoulders, breathe in. Bring your shoulders up to the ears, roll them back and down away from the ears, bringing the hands by your sides. Okay, keeping the knees soft. And then, as if you're sitting in a chair, you're going to drop your hips down, bending your knees generously. And then you can take your hands forward just to create a sense of balance for yourself. When you get low enough, it's going to start to tingle, and I'll turn this way so that you can see. I'm leaning forward. Now for me, I have my belly, I have my baby, counteracting my normal, what my spine will normally do. But normally what you would want to do is lift the chest, drop the shoulders away from the ears, and engage the core, tilting the pelvis. Now because I have a baby in here and her head is right where it needs to be right now, my body is naturally going to have this curvature in my spine, but you want to try and minimize that curvature in your spine as you lower down, okay? Bringing your arms forward for balance, engaging the core, shoulders away from the ears. Inhale, exhale, lower down. You can grab onto the block to give yourself some support, and then sink into your seat. Now I'm not gonna lie to y'all, I don't be wearing pants for this. And I'll say that because like in my last trimester, my final trimester, because pants right now are just like a pain. But I'm doing this for y'all. I got pants on, okay? All right, so we're in a deep seat. And let me move this so you can see this. So as you can see, there is space between the floor and my bottom. My knees are nice and wide. If you need to put your stance wider, you can, but you want to have your feet flat on the ground, or you can bring your stance closer. And you want your feet flat on the ground. If you need, you can lift your heels off of the ground, and that'll make the deep squat a little bit easier, though it is, you get most of the benefits when your heels are on the ground. You can also take your block or a pillow or a rolled up mat and just place it underneath your bottom So you're in that deep squat, but you're alleviating the weight of your own body off of your calves and off of your outer thighs. You'll feel the burn. And if you don't, that means, good for you. You know what I mean? Like, kudos. You're gonna take your hands in Anjali Mudra, which is the prayer stands like you're praying. You're gonna take the palms of your hands together. You're gonna bring them down to your chest. You're gonna take the outside of your arms and place them on the inner thighs. And as you bring your palms lower, you'll see that that's going to push your legs wider open and open your hips wider. And again, you're going to drop the shoulders away from the ears, lift the chest, and breathe here. Now, Malasana is called, also translated as the garland pose, because it looks like when you have your arms like this, it looks like you're wearing a necklace. When you do this, it looks like you're wearing a necklace. But it is a deep squat. And if you ever have like sciatic pain or tension in the lower back, it helps to alleviate that pressure off of your lower back as well, because you're utilizing, you're stretching out that entire area. You're just gonna breathe here. For those who are interested in the energetic effects of this, the deep squat is really good when you're working with the root chakra and the sacral chakra. So if you feel like you need more of the sacral chakra than anything, so if you feel like you are not feeling as creative, or you want to work with your sexuality or sensuality, if that chakra is closed, this is a great position to be in, to breathe into. You always want to check in with yourself as you hold it. You can hold it for a minute, 2 minutes, or whatever the case may be, that your body allows. And check in with yourself and lift the chest if you can. I'm going to turn around so that you can see what my back is doing. And again, it might look a little different from others. But if you want to get out of it, you can just lean forward and lift your hips up. Okay? So I'm going to turn around so you can see what my back is doing. And I'm going to drop down into my squat. Lift the chest, drop the shoulders away from the ears, place my arms in between the knees, and look forward, and breathe. Now the other thing is you can engage the glutes and pull the belly button in and up, and engage the pelvic floor. So if any of you know what a Kegel is, this is the time to practice those. Now, I mentioned yesterday that if you are a mama and you have to cross your legs to laugh or cough, if you know, you know, this is a great position to be in to help strengthen your pelvic floor. You're basically opening the pelvis nice and wide, and you're pulling in and up, right? So you're engaging the belly button, pulling it in and up, contracting the anus and the pelvic floor, and just scooping it all in and holding and breathing in exhaling, releasing. Now, for some, you might be feeling it in the shins here or in your calves, depending on your practice of this. But like, this is something that I do daily. My daughter does it with me. Every time she sees me go into a deep squat, she's like, oh, I'm right there with you, mama. To help prepare for childbirth. And that is it. I mean, yeah. Again, you can have the block underneath you. You can hold it for a minute. Now, when you want to come out of the deep squat, you just place your hands forward. Give thanks to your body for getting you down here, first of all. Yes. And place your hands forward. Give yourself a moment. And lean into your hands, bending your elbows, taking the heels of the feet and turning them outward as you lift your hips up. And then you can go into a forward fold. You can shorten your stance, and that will alleviate whatever tension might have started to build up on your legs. And just come all the way up to a standing position. Bring your hands all the way up, reach up, and shake it out. Shake your legs, shake your arms, shake everything. Listen to all the pops, bells and whistles that your body's making. And just feel the relief and the release in the lower back here, and as well as in the legs. Now, that is Malasana. So, again, Malasana is a great posture for when you're wanting to work on the lower chakras. If you want to be grounded, if you want to be low to the ground. It is one of the most natural postures to take as a human, because that's something that we do naturally. It also will help stimulate your the freedom of movement of your bowels. So if you have any constipation issues, Malasana will help with that as well, with alleviating that. If you have like one of those stools, the squat stools for your toilet, that is what Malasana will, it helps to mimic Malasana, because we poop better when we're in Malasana. And so yeah, that's pretty much it. Way to go in the situation on bowel movements. But yeah, if you have any questions, please feel free to put them in the comments. I'll be here all day. I mean, my phone is going to be on me, so if you have questions, please feel free to ask. And again, I am opening my schedule for June for private yoga classes. I have a 3-class bundle for $195. If you are interested in deepening your yoga practice and learning a little bit more about yoga, or even establishing a home practice, I am your girl. But of course, if you have questions and you want to just get into the flow and all of that good stuff, please feel free to do that. My name is Ryan, and thanks for joining me on live. I'll see y'all tomorrow. We're gonna be doing goddess pose. So if you want to work on the tops of your thighs and strengthen those knees, goddess pose is going to be the one. All right. Ahimsa and namaste to all of you. Thank you for joining me. Bye.